show, we will motivate, educate, and entertain you. Now, here's your host, Mr. Kirk Clarke.
I was 10 years old, and I held my mother's gun to my head, and I wanted to blow my brains out all over her wall. You must ask the question, why would a 10-year-old child want to die? 10 is a time to dream of being an astronaut, of being a soccer star, a football player, a preacher, a pastor, a doctor. But for me, life was so horrific, with so much vitriol and pain, I wanted to die. I'm the product of interracial immigrants. My grandmother was tall, white, and thin from Germany, and we called her French fry. My grandfather was a big, burly black man from Cuba, and we called him Hamburger. Hamburger met French fry and created a happy meal. And these two immigrants produced 7 McNuggets with special sauce. We would joke that we would have Wiener Schnitzel with salsa for Thanksgiving. My grandfather had to hide the fact in the 1940s in America that he was married to a Caucasian woman. But one wedding anniversary, he had a flaw. He liked to drink overproof Cuban rum. And one evening he was inebriated. And a man saw them together and said to my grandmother, "Why would you be a nigger lover?" My grandfather, with huge arms, lost his temper and hit the man in the jaw and broke his neck. The man didn't die, but he was injured severely. He went to the worst prison, convicted of the crime, Mansfield Reformatory in Ohio, locked down 23 hours a day. It hit the newspapers that my grandmother was married to this convicted felon and she lost her job. But being a German woman, she didn't complain or whine or woe is me. She began to work odd jobs, cleaning other people's houses and toilets, taking care of their children. But as she was working, she would have fainting spells, passing out doing her job. She went to the doctor and discovered that she had a tumor growing behind her left eye that was metastasizing to her brain. And the doctor said, "We have to take out a third of your face, your eye. You will be malformed and disformed and disfigured for the rest of your life." What do you do when the American dream becomes an American nightmare? She could not work. She was sick and mutilated. My grandfather's in jail, and day by day, they lost everything that they had acquired. They lost their house, they lost their car, they lost their furniture, they lost their dignity, they lost their self-esteem, and they were living in the streets like animals. My 3 uncles got hooked on heroin. They belonged to a gang called the Devil's Disciple, and my entire family became atheistic. No God, no prayer, no Bible, no hope. And my mother at age 14 was called by a pimp named Larry, who said to her, "What is school doing for you? You are sitting on a gold mine." She said, "Where?" He said, "You're sitting on it." And we call this being turned out. And little by little, she began to sell her 14-year-old body to grown men for money to survive. It's called turning tricks. And at age 16, she got pregnant. We call it having a trick baby. 2 strangers meet for a business transaction, and there's a mistake. The pimp said, "You can't make any money having a baby in the oven. We have got to kill this baby." They kicked her in the stomach. They fed her alcohol. They gave her drugs. They took a hanger and stabbed the baby over and over again. But the baby would not die. The baby was born 2 months premature with no pancreas, a learning disability, a bladder too small, unable to function, a severe stutterer. We call it a trick baby. Nobody wants the baby. No hope, no future. Kill it was the Word. That baby was me. I'm the lowest of the low. I come from the guttermost. I come from a hellish condition. And so when I would go to school, I couldn't talk. I stuttered so severely from the trauma. My mother had a madam who hated men. Her name was Dolores, and she was a sadist. And when she would watch me, she would take a broomstick and stick it in a place where no boy should have any object in his body. And when you are tortured like that, you learn four things. Don't talk, don't trust, don't feel, and pretend nothing is happening. And by age 10, I had had enough. I wanted to die. And in my school, they put me in a boiler room with other kids who were dysfunctional like me, where we would finger paint all day long. And yet there was a teacher, thank God for her, who had a Gideon Bible, and she came to my school, and she saw kids like me as her mission field. And she would give me this Gideon Bible and read to me stories of dysfunctional characters who God used. She would say to me, Ronaldo, God uses greatly those who have been wounded very deeply. He will turn your pain into power, your wounds into wisdom. She had me read the story of Moses, who was also a stutterer. I began to understand that God did love a trick baby. Even as low as I was, there was hope for me and possibility. And when a child begins to understand the love of God and the power of His Word and the possibilities, it changes everything. How can a young man keep his way clean? By taking heed according to your word. Your word have I hid in my heart that I may not sin against thee. I began to memorize the Bible, that Gideon Bible, reading 2,000 scriptures. And when you put that kind of word in a life, something begins to happen. My stuttering went away. I stopped wetting the bed. I stood tall. I became valedictorian, became a pastor, and preached until everybody in my family got saved. Why? Because somebody placed the Gideon Bible in a woman's hand that changed a life forever. Yes, I was born a trick baby, but the trick was on the devil because of you and the power of the Word of God.
Act. Let's learn to achieve, change, and teach. That's what we're all about. And tonight, I would just like to say I'm Kirk Clarke, and welcome to Keys to Success. Tonight, we promise an exciting show, and I guarantee you that's what you're going to get. But right after these messages.
Shop at Rosignol, right on George Street. Fresh bread, fresh pastries, the best cut summit. At affordable prices, they could have never beat a friendly staff to serve you. Come and you'll see it. Come shop at Rosignol, right on George Street. Fresh bread, fresh pastries, the best cut summit. At affordable prices, they could have never beat a friendly staff to serve you. Come and you'll see it.
7374 Church Street between Cummins and Light Streets, or call 223-0004. Rosignol. We meet your needs.
For the best commercial signage and so much more, call Fast Graphics on 225-1099 or 622-7113. If you'd like to change the look of your car, why not wrap it? Call 225-1099 or 622-7113. Why not put your business on a banner stand and showcase all that you can? Call us today on 225-1099 or 622-7113. Fast Graphics, located at 28 Railroad Line, Kitty. Call us today, 225-1099 or 622-7113.
Confidential Hands, the best firm.
231-8600, 231-8601, 231-4000, 231-4001. We are available 24 hours a day, and our base is at 25 Ernica Knott Road. Confidential cabs, 231-4000, 231-8601, 231-4001, 231-8600. There's only one taxi service that you can depend on, and that is only Confidential Cabs.
When you think of quality customer service, think of
Millennium Manor Hotel, located at Hatfield Street. Call us for reservations 223-05-4123 or send us an email at info@millenniummanor.com.
On tonight on the keys to success. Now, some of the persons that would have you've seen some of the commercials, I'd like to ask you, the viewers, to support some of the people who are supporting us in this program. The aims and objectives of this program is to highlight not just great videos and motivation, but to also highlight and bring to your attention some of the trainers and training institutions that we have in Guyana that can help you grow your business from 0 to 100%. Now, what we're talking about, Guyana is on the move of moving activities. For example, we go into stores, we go to businesses, we do business every day. And the one thing that lacks across Guyana that we come across on a day-to-day basis is what? Customer service. Our 100% appreciation for customer service. Now, what we need is to get you, businesses, people out there who are dealing with this on a day-to-day basis, aware of some of the training organizations, institutions that can help you develop your business as it goes. I would like you to take a look at this on the slide. It's basically a simple slide, and it's called Plan Ahead. If we look at this slide, just for a quick second, I'll ask the operator to put it up. It's Plan Ahead. I found this from my John C. Maxwell book. It's a good acronym for you to have in your office, and it's pretty simple to do. Number one, with the P, it's actually predetermine a course of action. And that's what you need to be able to do. You predetermine a course of action. That's what the P is. And of course, the L is you literally lay out your goals. And when you can actually lay out your goals, you can actually have something to follow, and it's something that you can follow for life. You can then, the A is adjust your priorities. There it is on screen. You can follow me with it. Adjust your priorities. And the N is notify key personnel. Most people in organizations, what happened? We don't notify people of what's going on. So what you need to be able to do is notify. The A, allow time for acceptance. Not always people are going to accept your ideas and just put it into being and practice immediately, but allow time for people to accept the proposals that you're handing them. H, head into action. Now is the time you've done all your planning. Let's head into action and make it work for you. The E is expect problems. Situations and problems will arise every time. Every time. And of course, the A is always point to success. Don't ever complain and find the negatives in every situation. Why not look for the solution in the situation? There's always success in every situation that you do. And finally, D, daily review your plan. So that means you have to go through your plan daily. Make sure that you understand and get your plan. Now, before we go any further in the program, I have another motivational video to show you. And I guarantee you, this one will move you. This is a time where you call a friend. And if you'd like to get in contact with us at Keys to Success, of course, you're going to see our website. You can leave a comment, or you can email me directly on the email address that you're going to see. That's right there, kadrianclark.com, at gmail.com. Sorry about that. We go to this motivational video. We go to this motivational video. When we come back, we're going to hear a lot more.
Dear child of God, in this picture I see you trying to smile, but that smirk is all you can muster. I know that you are having it really hard right now, and you spend a lot of time using your imagination, seeing yourself running free in the park. away from all the pain. In the reflection of your very sad eyes, I see the hurt of watching your mother be belittled and beaten. I see the pain of your own beatings and the barrage of insults that you suffer and endure every day. I feel the horror of the hands of the molesters who are trying to rob you of who you are. As I search your young face for any sign of myself, believe it or not, I'm able to smile. Because just behind all of that darkness, I see hope. You've got some kind of faith in God, little one. I know you don't know this right now, but who you become is being shaped inside of every one of those experiences. Every one of them. The good, the bad, yes, and even the really ugly ones. Right now, the most important thing to you is to grow up and do well enough to be able to take care of your mother. I know you're worried about her. I know you're very concerned. You're not even 13 years old yet, and you don't think that she's going to live to see your 13th birthday. So you take on a great burden. And you want to do all you can. I want you to know it's going to be okay. You'll get to take care of her. And she lives for 30 more years. And she sees you thrive. And she sees you happy. But more than anything, you see her living the best life that she ever could. That's because of you. You made her proud. You're also uncertain about growing up because every friend that you have is either in jail or have been murdered. People are dying all around you. You don't think you're going to live to see 30 years old. But there's a still small voice inside of you that says you're going to be okay. Looking back on it, I know now that that is and was the voice of God. That is the only way to explain how you knew how to navigate your way through turbulent times, and how you instinctively know how to bob and weave and survive. How you knew that when you had nobody to protect you, there was something inside of you protecting yourself. Like when you were told that you're nothing, and something says, don't believe that. And when your teacher sits you down and tells you that you'll never be successful because you're poor, because you were black, because you were from the ghetto, there's something inside of you that says, she's wrong. That's not true. That will light a fire under you. I know that's hard for you to understand right now, but I promise you, you are going to get to a point where you use all of it, every bit of it. You will become better. You will become tougher. And when you get older, you will use it in your work to uplift and encourage and inspire millions of people.
It ain't what people call you, it's what you answer to. You hear me? You remember that.
And all that time you spend trying to make your mom smile by imitating her and dancing and laughing, you keep that up, boy. It pays off big time. You beat everybody who beat you. I'm so proud of you. Thank you for living so that I could thrive. Thank you.
It's important for every one of us to actually speak to ourselves that way sometimes and just thank us for not quitting. You see, I understand something, and life have a way of revolving. And there's something called a revolving door, that whenever you do something successful, you will have challenges that will actually face you, as Tyler Perry was explaining to himself. And that's pretty important for us to do, because sometimes we engage everybody else, but we never engage ourselves. This next clip that I'm about to talk to you or show you is T.D. Jakes. And one of the things, it's a beautiful, powerful, inspiring video. And it really talks to the soul of man, and it talks about what do you really find in yourself that you do on a day-to-day basis instinctively. You know what? I think T.D. Jakes does a better job at explaining the video. Here's T.D. Jakes.
The sea turtles are born on land. The eggs are hatched and they are born on land and they are buried beneath the sand by the mother. The mother leaves after they gestate and they finally break out of the shell. The first thing, without any training, any background, any experience, or anybody to guide them, the first thing they do is turn to the water. Because instinctively they know that they were created to be in the water. What do you do instinctively? What is your sweet spot? And when you flow in it, it is natural to you. And a lot of us have been crammed into positions for which we have been trained, but we don't have the instinct. And if you don't have the instinct, you will not be as prosperous as you could be. And sometimes, conversely, if you have the instinct, you can hire the intellect. Come on, somebody. Come on, somebody. And we have been trained to know how to do something, but not the why of it. Not the why of it. The people who know the why hire the people who know the how. And so what I'm trying to do is train so that we can reproduce after our own kind, because you broke rules to be who you are. You broke rules to be who you were. And in the book, I talk about a lion raised in captivity, has never been in the wild. All of his experiences have been in the cage. If all of his experiences have been in the cage, and that would be his natural habitat to him, then why do they lock the cage? They lock the cage because even though his experiences do not validate it, his instincts tell him there's something else out there. And the reason so many of us are frustrated today is that we are pacing around in the cage of a job or a life or a situation that has limited us. We may not have the background for it, we may not have the training for it, but our instincts tell us, I belong out there. I belong out there.
Come shop at Rosignol, right on George Street. Fresh bread, fresh pastry, the best cuts on it. At affordable prices, they could never beat a friendly staff to serve you. Come and you'll see it. Come shop at Rosignol, right on George Street. Fresh bread, fresh pastry, the best cuts on it. At affordable prices, they could never beat a friendly staff to serve you. Come and you'll see it.
7374 Church Street between Cummins and Light Streets, or call 223-0004. Rosignol. We meet your needs.
For the best commercial signage and so much more, call Fast Graphics on 225-1099 or 622-7113. If you'd like to change the look of your car, why not wrap it? Call 225-1099 or 622-7113. Why not put your business on a banner stand and showcase all that you can? Call us today on 225-1099 or 622-7113. Fast Graphics, located at 28 Railroad Line, Kitty. Call us today, 225-1099 or 622-7113. When you think of quality customer service, think of Millennium Manor Hotel, located at Hatfield Street. Call us for reservations, 223-05-4123, or send us an email at info@millenniummanor.com.
Confidential Hands, the best firm.
231-8600, 231-8601, 231-4000, 231-4001. We are available 24 hours a day, and our base is at 25 Ernica North Road. Confidential cabs, 231-4000, 231-8601, 231-4001, 231-8600. There's only one taxi service that you can depend on, and that is only Confidential Cabs.
plan ahead. And this is something, again, I would really like us to focus on because as a business person, somebody planning, you're a trainer, this is something you need to be able to do. And the P basically means predetermine a plan of action. You always have to predetermine your plan of action. And of course, the L, lay out your goals. The A, adjust your priorities. The N, notify key personnel. A, allow time for acceptance. Head into action, expect problems, always point to success, and daily review your goals. Plan ahead. For more information, of course, send me that email. I'll always get back to you and get in touch and show you what we be able to do. And if, of course, you have a business and you're looking for training, give us a call. Action Coach. Give Action Coach a call. They're local. And or you can send me an email and I can forward all information to them. By next week, we will have all their numbers and everything in gear for the next show and as we go on. Now, let's get into the meat of the show because, of course, time is catching up with us. It is, this next video is something, it's a motto that I use to myself. And even though you're that focused and even though you rehearse focus and all that, you do lose focus because, again, you're a human being. And, of course, I've made the world's biggest mistakes and I've also made great successes for my life. There are people out there that would hate me. There are people out there that would love me. But one thing I always determined in my life, and I want to leave this with you, is something that you're thinking about. Never, ever, 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 ever in life allow someone to determine how you start or end your day. Let's go to this clip with Eric Thomas. Eric Thomas, Focus.
I am a living witness that if you're brave enough to dream it, it can happen. You got to be determined that no matter what it takes, you're not going to stop. You're not going to quit. You're not going to give up until you make your dream become a reality.
Jumping up and down the floor. My head is an animal.
When I leave this place, is to help you to get that much closer to making your dream become a reality.
That mowed the lawn. The sun was in
2013 was the why. So what happens is, as you grow and as you develop, and as you improve yourself, these new concepts start to come. And so the why had always been a part of my life, but I was able to tap into 2013, I was able to tap into that why in a way I never tapped into that why before. Like, you're excited, I'm gonna be a millionaire, I'm gonna change the world, I'm gonna do this for this person, I'm gonna buy this for my mom and my children, I'm gonna put them through school, and you got all these great dreams, and then you get up in the morning and life punch you in your face. E.T., just like you, I get punched in the face. Now, you don't always know about it, I don't always talk about it, because I don't want to discourage you, but I've had multiple aunts, at least 2 or 3 aunts died of cancer in the last 4 or 5 years. We all get knocked out. Life hasn't been a crystal stair for Eric Thomas. I've had my haters. I've had people who've come against me, who try to sabotage me. I'm like the lion. I'm not the gazelle. I don't need something external to motivate me. I find something within. And you got to do me a favor. Like, you can't give up. You can't give in. Life, listen to me. If it was easy, everybody would do it. And if life's got you backed up, I need you to do what Buster Douglas did. Buster Douglas started fighting back. He said, I know you knocked out 30 other people before me, but I won't be the 31st. And finally, they got to that round where Buster Douglas knocked Mike Tyson out. And the world was shocked. Goliath has been knocked down. What happened? And they went to Buster Douglas and they asked Buster Douglas simply, like, what happened? And Buster Douglas said, listen to me. I was going to be honest with you guys. Here was the challenge. The challenge was, it's real simple. Before my mother died, she told the whole world that I was going to beat Mike Tyson. And 2 days before the fight, my mother died. Buster Douglas had a decision to make. When his mother died, he could die with his mother, or he made a decision, I can wake up and I can live for mom. And he...
Yep, you can make that decision too. Well, this is all the time we've got for you. I'll see you again next week. Same place, same time. Bye-bye.
Come shop at Rosignol, right on George Street. Fresh bread, fresh pastries, the best cuts on it. At affordable prices, they could have never beat. A friendly staff to serve you. Come and you'll see it. Come shop at Rosignol, right on George Street. Fresh bread, fresh pastries, the best cuts on it. At affordable prices, they could have never beat. A friendly staff to serve you. Come and you'll see it.
7374 Church Street between Cummins and Light Streets, or call 223-0004. Rosignol. We meet your needs.
For the best commercial signage and so much more, call Fast Graphics on 225-1099 or 622-7113. If you'd like to change the look of your car, why not wrap it? Call 225-1099 or 622-7113. Why not put your business on a banner stand and showcase all that you can? Call us today on 225-1099 or 622-7113. Fast Graphics, located at 28 Railroad Line, Kitty. Call us today, 225-1099 or 622-7113.
Confidential Hands, the best firm.
231-8600, 231-8601, 231-4000, 231-4001. We are available 24 hours a day, and our base is at 25 Ernica Knott Road. Confidential cabs, 231-4000, 231-8601, 231-4001, 231-8600. There's only one taxi service that you can depend on, and that is only Confidential Cabs. When you think of quality customer service, think of Millennium Manor Hotel, located at Hatfield Street. Call us for reservations, 223-05-4123, or send us an email at info@millenniummanor.com.